Hello, my name is Anthony, and I want to talk to you about flying 3D. There's a lot of things you need to know in order to do 3D flying. So, first of all, I'm going to go over some different types of planes, tell you some of the equipment you need, and then we're going to get started. One of the first things you need in order to fly 3D is a 3D plane. And normally when you get a 3D plane, it doesn't come together. Right here we have a Precision Aerobatics Katana. And this right here is one of the best planes that you can use to fly 3D. You also need a good workspace to put it on. So it doesn't hurt to have a pool table with a nice cover over it so you don't mess anything up that you can use to do your plane, and of course a lot of different stuff. Once you get the plane together, of course you need a nice controller, and I prefer the DX9 by Spektrum. It's a really good controller to have, and like I said, most 3D planes don't come put together, but and so you'll have to do a lot of building yourself if you want to do well. But at this point in time, you should know how to build. Just to give you some perspective, this Katana wingspan is 57 inches. All right, so this is a 57-inch wingspan. Next, it would be nice if you could have a fleet of 3D aircraft. So the first aircraft we're going to talk about, which is the pride and joy of our fleet, is this Hangar 9 300 Extra. It has an 89-inch wingspan and use a 60cc size motor. And it is a perfect plane for doing 3D, but of course this is not a beginner plane. This is a intermediate to advanced plane, more on the advanced side. The second plane in our fleet is a Great Plains 300S, and this plane has a DA30 motor in it, and this is also not a beginner aircraft. This is an intermediate to expert type aircraft. The next plane we're going to talk about is our Hangar 9 Fontana. This is a 75-inch wingspan, uses an electric motor, and this is the perfect setup for 3D. This, by the way, is an 80-inch wingspan. The next plane we're talking about is the Hangar 9 Katana 50. It has a 50-inch wingspan. This is an electric motor, and it is a perfect setup for flying 3D. The next plane we want to go over, this is a Precision Aerobatics 300. This has a 47-inch wingspan, and this is good for practicing. And if you crash this, you're only out a couple of $100s. The next plane we have is the Precision Aerobatics Bandit, and this is a really good plane. It has a 48-inch wingspan, and it's a really good flyer. I might have said this was a Precision Aerobatic, but this is the Extreme Flight 300. Really good plane. The next plane we want to talk about is this little Great Plains Extra 300. It's a really good plane, easy to build. I'm in the process of building this now. It's a good 3D plane if you're on a budget. Our next plane is an Edge. It's a really nice plane. I took the cover off so you can see some of the stuff down inside of it, you know, and what it takes to fly 3D. A plane that's a favorite of a lot of people is a Yak 54. This is a good plane right here, and I got this online. It was about a $200 ARF, and you know, it takes another $200 or $300 worth of stuff to get it running right. Now I'm going to show you some planes that's not 3D, but are good to have. This Great Plains Escape is a really nice plane to have in your collection. It's a low wing type plane, low to mid wing plane, and it flies really good. It's easy to control, and so I would definitely recommend this as a third or fourth airplane. A good plane to have too, everybody has to have some type of Cub. This is a Piper Cub, J3 Cub, whatever you want to call it. This right here is actually made out of foam from Lowe's. So if you have the time, ability, skills, this is a good plane to make. It has about a 55-inch wingspan, really nice plane to fly. Now for you beginners out there, we have the Hangar 9 Alpha right? This is a real good beginner plane. This plane uses nitro, so you have a nitro motor on it. It's a really good motor, really good flying plane. So there you have it. This is my fleet of planes that I use when I'm out flying and doing 3D. So what I would tell you though is, if you're gonna fly 3D, make sure you put the right components in the right plane and fly it reasonable and with good judgment, because if you do that, you will save yourself a whole lot of money. If you fail to do that, then what you'll do is you'll be one of those flyers that's helping the sport by keeping the hobby shops in business. So with that said, I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna do a take of the planes from the balcony on the second floor, and so you can have a good idea of what my fleet looks like. And there we have it, Duras personal fleet of planes. Katana, Extreme Flight, Precision Aerobatics, Hangar 9, Lowe's Foam, Hangar 9 Fontana, Great Plains Extra, Hangar 9 Extra 300, Cordon Edition, Skyline Yak 54, Edge, Great Plains Extra, Great Plains Escapade. And there we have it. This is a view from the front up top. Have fun, safe flying. Remember, never say one more flight.